You go first. Wait, everyone take a bite at the same time. First bite.
Ready?
Wait, what do I eat?
Three beans.
Three.
Veggies
Three
first.
beans.
Wait.
No,
Everybody, wait. Okay. Hey, Ryan, can you pass the salt? Okay.
This is not what?
Okay.
Oh, we live.
We live.
And we're live tonight on YouMish Social. Sorry, I'm sorry.
What are y'all most thankful for in general, or maybe this semester, or like at U of M in general throughout your time here? I can go first. Well, since I'm a senior, and I'm actually the only senior. Are you? You guys aren't seniors, are you?
No, junior.
Yeah, so I'm the only senior here actually.
Flex on us harder then.
Yeah, it's whatever. And obviously making friends is a huge part of college and, you know, school and everything. And I think it's pretty special for me, at least, that I got to make a lot of new friends senior year. Like, all of y'all are all my new friends senior year, which is super cool from the semester. Obviously still have friends from, you know, freshman, sophomore, junior year and stuff, but it's pretty cool to be able to make new friends senior year. So I'm thankful for my new friends.
Word.
Snap, snap.
Snap.
I'll go next. I think I'm very thankful for the wide range of things I can do here. So like, one night I could go to like a jam club and like be singing, and then the next night I could go, you know, to like a basketball game or something. And I think it's just like crazy having all these different resources and just being able to like every single night or every day being able to like use those resources to the fullest.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy. I love it.
Word. We going in a circle?
Yes,
Is that how it's
sir.
working?
Oh man.
That's what I figured. For me, I'd probably say just the opportunities. Not only like why we're here, but afterwards as well. You know, going to a school with like 500,000 plus living alumni, I think that's incredibly dope. And you know, just there's no ceiling, there's no cap to what you can do afterwards, who you can connect with. Even, you know, being from the South, people are always like, oh, why'd you go to Michigan? Why you do this, and that? You know, why did you want to go out of state? Like, I tell them, you know, I think that networking opportunity that we're given here as being students here is going to be huge. Especially, you know, I run into dudes in the restaurant wearing a Michigan hat, say what's up to them. You never know what comes with that. You know, you say go blue, you hit a go blue, you always get a go blue black. You go. Well, that's I'm gonna go blue black. Yes. So I think that's probably what I'm most thankful for. Looking forward to as well.
Yeah, I would probably have to say I'm most thankful for like being able to do what I love. I know definitely at home, like art was something that I just did as a hobby or like something I did in my room, like when there was nothing else to do. And I feel like for me, like home life is a lot of like sports and then like academics, and I feel like it's really cool that I can like come here and like pursue what I'm really actually passionate about and like have the insane amount of resources to do so. So it's really
Yeah, I feel that. This year I really figured out what my major was, and that was very important to me, arts and ideas. And for a while I was so scared to like, you know, I was afraid I was supposed to be doing what everybody else was doing. But I just ended up saying, you know, like, this is what I want to do. And
Michigan, do what you're happy.
Yeah, and Michigan has the resources to help me do it, so. Yeah.
So many options too.
Do what makes you
Yeah.
happy.
Like, literally, you can do anything.
Anything. But I'd say like mine's more similar to Grant. So like I actually transferred here. So this is my second. Even though I'm a junior, this is my second year at the university. And my last year, as much as I did really like it, like I felt like I didn't like reach out to that many people. I was just like confined in my I really loved my living situation. I lived in the dorms, and then but like this year I'm an RA in the same dorm I live in, which is pretty cool. But like I was able to meet a lot more people. Like I'd never met Grant before, and then me and Cam were homies, but we came like really close this year, and then just like it branched out to so many different people that I'd never met, and it was just awesome like knowing, because like I'd go home like maybe every other week or at least like every once like twice a month, and now like it's a good thing. Like I don't go home that often just because like I like love it here that much, because like even when I do go home I'm thinking about coming back. So
Or you call this home.
yeah, that's what it
You're
is.
like, this is my dining room. My dining table.
Thanksgiving for me.
Home.
But yeah,
At the crib.
and that like means a lot to me. It's crazy to know that like at once I wasn't really feeling that welcome. Now like I can't imagine my life without being at Michigan.
It's definitely more people here.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Like especially for me, I met so many like diverse people that are all just passionate. You know, like I could meet someone who's into art. I'm in the art school, so like I meet people who are like really artistic, and then one of my friends like, oh, aerospace engineering. And it's so cool to see that diversity compared to when I was thinking about going to a strictly like just an art school. So I think that's
Also, you like learn so much just from talking to people. Like literally, like the other day I was talking to someone and they were like talking about how they've been training to be on like American Ninja Warrior, and I'm like,
What?
and like I was like, how in the world? Like it's crazy how many people you can learn from just talking to people about like their different passions and everything. Like you're sitting next to someone, you have no idea like what they're passionate about and what their like story is. It's so cool.
I really, it's great to, meet you guys and just, different stories and stuff. Yeah, I'm just grateful for the opportunities and ability to grow and just the ability to just have your eyes open to like just new things all the time. So,
I love college for that. Like, I realize how much Michigan does open your eyes, and college does open your eyes to like really an education, but also how you interact with people. Like people that I know didn't go to university at all. I realized there's a big disconnect, and it's because college really teaches you how to just like interact and talk with people about what they're passionate about or what they want to do for the future.
I get snap with this board, but like I'm just having trouble. I'm struggling.
Yeah, baby.
Can I have the jelly?
It's cranberry.
I know.
Don't disrespect
It's
the
basically
cranberry sauce
jelly.
You know
like
what?
that.
You're low-key onto something. That's jelly.
It is.
It's not
It's
jelly.
literally fruit.
Hold on.
It's the same thing.
It's jelly.
Preservatives.
You gotta
What is
stop
it?
questioning the
Let me get some
food
of that
that's
jelly.
here because we approved you.
Oh my God.
Okay, can we talk about the food? That I'm so
It's still
thankful.
What food? This food?
This food, yes.
This is right now.
No, but
This
like
definitely
the
not
Oh, yeah,
right
no.
it's crazy how many different like cultures of food you get to try too.
Right.
Really, I appreciate how like they put out all the allergies and stuff because like at least for me and like my roommate Elizabeth, like we're both really allergic to nuts, and I'm like tree nuts, she's peanuts, tree nuts, and like dairy. So it's really nice how like you go into the dining hall and you can be able to see like what everything's made out of and like all the ingredients.
And there's so many vegetarian and vegan options. Like,
Yeah.
well, at least I think so.
Yeah, each dining hall has the gluten-free section too.
Yeah.
And they try to be really inclusive. They have the gluten-free stuff. They have halal options as well.
Yeah,
That's a new
yeah, I
addition.
love
The
that.
fact that they even have those options.
Yeah,
That's
you
huge.
know what I'm
Yeah.
That's
saying?
huge.
I came here like for like a student dialogue thing like a couple years ago and I stayed like a couple days like throughout the week. It like the food like we ended up staying at like we ended up getting food out the mess hall and stuff like that. It was crazy. They had everything.
I wonder if it was
Super
Mojo.
diverse.
Yeah, I wonder if it was
Oh, he probably because Mojo's the best one.
They
Yeah.
had like stairs in it and stuff like that. I don't know.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was
Mojo's
like
Mojo.
downstairs,
Mojo.
yeah.
That's where
Yeah,
we all.
so
And they
That's where
have
we all
really
eat.
good,
Yeah.
like,
It's
literally
bomb.
The other
It's so
cookies are
good.
so good.
It's so
I
good.
don't want to reach up you.
Somebody pass me that.
Yeah, the cookies.
Yeah, I was just gonna
That's
ask.
like
I was like,
food.
oh my God.
Yeah, man. We can't leave till we eat it all.
That's true.
What?
I'm
just kidding.
gonna be
That was fun.
So like,
Oh, true.
Yeah, they're gonna be
That's
more.
a question.
Next question.
I need some.
What memory are you most fond of so far that you've made here, and what are you looking forward to most in the future? Tough one. I can go first again if y'all want. In addition to obviously making friends and like experiencing college in Ann Arbor, which has been super cool. And like my sister went here; she was a senior when I was a freshman, and being an RA has been great. And sport management has been really fun for me and everything. But in terms of like specific events and memories, there are a few that come to mind. Seeing Obama was pretty awesome. Camped out overnight to see him speak, which was crazy cool.
Oh my god.
Freshman year, that was like fall freshman year, so that was like amazing. Michigan going to the Final Four was
Lit.
and national championship was
Trigger.
definitely it was crazy. So that was fun. And then honestly, last weekend I got to shoot photography at the Michigan game on the field and like go on the field with the players and take pictures of Paul Bunyan Trophy and everything. So that was super cool and really fun. Like senior year, like kind of like
Flex.
all the privileges.
Sorry,
Right.
but you only get one moment that you can
Oh,
talk about.
okay.
We get it, you have fun.
We get it.
Looking forward to the future. I'm excited to enjoy my last semester here. Next semester should be pretty fun. One last go around. One more football game
Oh my gosh!
next
That's
weekend.
so sad.
Who plays that
Well,
game?
as a student,
Ohio State.
Oh my god! Oh my
Yeah,
god! Oh, that's a game.
It's
That's
yeah,
a
as a
game.
student, that's true.
That's a game and a half. Yeah, as a
It's not,
student,
it's
man,
not your last game.
you definitely gonna come back.
Well, as a
You're gonna be
student,
like
but
50
yeah.
years old. Like you're gonna be
Oh,
here.
great.
You don't have a hoodie on.
Mess around in booth and I don't know.
All of them are the
His
His
same.
house,
but-
like his basement's gonna be
Why
Michigan
wouldn't you?
Yankees.
Yeah, he's gonna have like an M den, one of those
Yeah.
like M dens
Oh, yeah.
like where
He's
everything.
gonna have
MD 40 and up.
everywhere.
Yeah.
My
think of it right now.
my favorite Michigan experience actually was before I even went here. I was 6 years old, around 6, and my uncle actually played for U of M football team. I think he was a quarterback. I can't remember.
Should be my uncle was Jim Harbaugh. Uncle's Tom Brady.
Yeah, my uncle, he played football here, and like I remember going to the game and having a really good seat because like I was his family, so I was right up there. And like after they won the game, being able to like rush onto the field and like that was really big for me. That was probably my first and best like Michigan experience.
I don't know. Okay.
Top that. What about a game?
Okay.
Or-
Okay. So my godbrother Tim Hardaway Jr.
Oh,
But yeah.
really?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. And the reason I really kind of got into my internship with the Pistons because the assistant coach who happened to be his father, like had a little connection.
That's dope.
Yeah. But I went to one of the Sweet 16 games. Like my main thing down there, like I got an internship down there at Little Caesar Arena Marketing, but it's like mainly with the Pistons. So my thing is, I just want to work ways into.
Yeah.
Really, my thing, I would love to like touch like different areas within the Pistons organization. I just want to be working for the NBA in
Yeah,
general.
same with him. This dude over here working in the
Oh, he's your competition.
Oh boy.
Oh, it could be competition. We can network. It
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
it gotta be like
You
that.
can be like,
I
we're a
like-
package,
Right,
okay?
yeah,
You hire me, you hire him.
Dynamic duo.
That's all love.
I guess like what stuck out the most was like when you first step into the stadium and like you see like just everyone and like it makes you feel so small too because like like everyone's so like little ants, but also just being a part of that huge community and that spirit just makes me so happy to be part of UM.
Yeah, I hate to be. Yeah, I'm gonna be right on the Michigan football thing too. But like that, game, what game did we go to where you took that picture?
Middle Tennessee.
Yeah, but that was probably one of the best times I've ever had.
Oh,
It was
yeah.
so much. It was like a
That was
night
so
game.
fun.
It was a night game, and it was perfect weather.
Yeah.
It was.
And like we got this fire picture, and we all just became friends like 3 weeks. Well, me and Cam have been friends,
Yeah.
but like Grant, we didn't really know, but we just meshed so well. And that was just like a good time because like class didn't really get started yet, so we were just like chilling. And I just remember going to the game and having a good time, and then walking back and talking to you guys. We talked a lot that night too for a
Yeah.
long time.
Yeah.
It's a good evening.
I feel like it happened before I was in Michigan as well. It was my first Michigan game too. It was when I was a junior in high school and I was touring the school and I stayed with one of our family friends, and I remember I was in the stadium and I thought it was so cool, but I was like so superstitious because like I knew I wanted to come here, so I was just like, oh my gosh, this is so cool. And then I remember it was a night game and then Sweet Caroline came on and that's like my song. So I was like, oh my gosh, this is a sign. Like I'm
everyone
like,
screaming,
and then like
it's all for me.
and then like when they went like bum 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 and like the whole stadium like echoed, oh my god, it like gives me chills. It was the best thing ever.
I get
And then
you.
my first game this year, like as a student, I guess, like they played Sweet Caroline again.
Took you
and I
back.
was,
Yeah, it
like,
took you back.
Nostalgic.
Nostalgia.
Oh, that's crazy.
Oh my gosh, that must have been the best moment. That's awesome.
Yeah. So I'm from Atlanta, Georgia, and like people down south, they don't know how good of a school this is. Everyone's just constantly still asking me like why I chose it, blah blah blah. So I gotta keep telling them #1 public university, top 3
Yeah.
both my majors, da da da. But besides all that, I think what drew me here was when I toured the school, and I saw school pride like none other.
Yeah.
I think that's what
Definitely.
took me here because like all the schools that I toured, I didn't see nearly as many logos around.
There's no
everywhere you
shame
look,
going
you
outside
cannot
in a
see it.
sweatshirt,
You cannot see it.
sweatpants,
The branding of
hat,
Oh my
Michigan
goodness,
jacket,
it's
socks.
crazy.
Right.
There's no
Brilliant.
shame.
Right.
I wonder
Crazy.
how many there are.
And so
I get a nickel for every time.
Yeah, you can probably count. Like you probably couldn't count, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And so I think that's what both my family and I we kind of like debriefed afterwards. Made the pros and cons list when we were choosing schools and stuff. And like literally, it kind of I think it took it over the top. Is just the pride in the school.
Everyone's so
it's
happy
all-
to be here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's already a top tier academic school, but then like I think that social pride, that the friend pride that goes around to the school itself, that was, I think, what took it over the top. And I think that's what my favorite memory was seeing that for the first time and being immersed in it for the first time.
Like you said, like earlier with the alumni, like the Go Blue, like someone just like stops you in the parking lot and you're like, what?
Right.
And then you're like, Go
Like, I like being at the football games and when they score and then they everybody doing the
That's
I
like,
like that.
Yeah.
Oh my
It's like
God.
we all agree that you'll be pressed to find somebody who says like, I don't want to be here at Michigan.
Right,
You know what I'm
no.
saying? It's so worth it because you just have so
And you
much
get
fun.
so invested in it as well.
Yeah.
Because, growing up in SEC country, I was never a Big Ten guy. Now I'm out here hating Ohio State for no reason.
No
just
reason.
because I go to Michigan,
Yeah.
I have no reason to hate them, but I have to.
before I was like even in the school, I was like, I applied. Like I can't even like look at them.
Right,
Yeah,
right,
and I'm like,
yeah.
why do I feel this anger?
Right.
Why do
Different
I?
type of
No
anger.
rationale, but I don't like them, so it's all good.
Speaking of, I feel like we have so much pride too in being able to say that we go to Michigan. You know what I mean? Like for family or friends back home. Like I'm from a really small town, and only like 2 or 3 kids from my high school went to Michigan from my class. So yeah, but being able to say that you go to U of M was like it has a lot of weight and makes you feel good. Like a lot
Like
of
they're
pride
like,
in
oh
that.
my gosh, like
Yeah,
congratulations.
exactly.
And
Right.
you're like,
It just has like that name. Like I don't know.
Exactly.
I think mine also had to do with like before I got here, because I grew up like with like drinking out of Michigan mugs like my whole life. I literally, because my dad went here, I'm like 4th generation, so like all the stuff in my house is Michigan. I never even thought about it until like I toured here, and it was like first night hockey
we
game.
were on the same tour.
Yeah. First night hockey game, second night basketball game, third night football game. We just happened to have that one night or those 3 days where it lined up, and I was like, this is insane. And then I got home from that, and my family like went on this trip to Greece, and my dad's best friend from his frat at Michigan, we were visiting like in Athens. It was so crazy.
Wow, that's crazy.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's
and so
The connection.
I had a similar experience. Like,
really.
yeah. So I went to China over this summer, and it's because my mom went on a study abroad. She studied Chinese when she went here,
Oh really?
and she did a study abroad. Met this man, and like they became like really good friends. And so then years later. 20 years later, literally visited him.
That's crazy.
Yeah, in
Oh my
Beijing. It was
gosh.
great. Yeah.
That's crazy. It's like the connections are amazing.
There's no
Yeah.
other school that can
Yeah, there's
even
literally
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I'm
That's
like,
scary.
that's literally half the
Yeah.
reason I was so excited was because like for the rest of your life you're gonna have that community, like literally
Yeah, that's
across the
true.
For the
world.
rest of
It's like the second you got that email, you're just like,
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
That
Yeah.
This one's
I
so
started
Amber.
screaming.
It's not even
that
real.
was a
Crazy.
day for me. I had a track meet, like I just shut my phone
You're
off.
just going.
No, I shut my phone off. I was like at the track meet, like I was like, I'm not gonna look, I have to race. And then like I did my events, and then my coach knew, and he was just like, you can go home, it's okay. I was like, all right. I like ran up to my room, I like logged into the little Wolverine access, and it was like, you have the wrong password. I was like, no.
I couldn't get in. All my friends were like,
We were texting each other.
Yes, I was
And then-
literally. Oh my god.
And then I remember I went in and I saw it, and I was just like hysterically crying, and I like immediately like put on the shirt I like stole from Nina, who like goes here, like it was like this Michigan shirt, and I was like, this is gonna bring me good luck. And then like I put it on, I like ran downstairs.
You
to
don't
my
open the
parents, and
email
they
to
were
the
all,
shirt's
crying.
on.
Yeah.
Like,
It's the best. Am I allowed to have some of the Cool Whip?
Cool whip.
Oh.
Cool whip.
Cool whip. Cool whip. Cool whip.
cool whip.
Cool whip.
Memes have destroyed our generation.
Oh my god.
Oh, say it again.
Anyway,
I'm so sorry.
Anyway.
I'm so sorry.
Anyway.
so we talked a lot about
Friends, yes.
yeah, friends and like
Not you.
having support networks, and especially here at U of M, academics become so rigorous and tough during the week, and with exams and everything, it becomes tough. So it's important to have friends to be able to rely on, like Cam and Ryan and Sophie and all these people, right? And my friend group, has evolved since freshman year a lot. I made friends from all around the world. Some of my closest friends from like Chicago, from Syria, from Europe, like all different places, and I learned so much from them, especially coming from where I come from, like a really rural, homogenous community. So that was really special for me, being able to learn about different people and where they come from. And even since like meeting you guys, this year and making new friends this year, senior year, I think the best part still is like you get to learn more about yourself when you make new friends, and you get to learn like about other people and other cultures, and just like different people's experiences, and I think that's something that's super special.
I think that's mandatory in life. Like
Yeah.
you gotta be able to branch out and
Yeah.
reach like other coaches, because you know what I mean. Everybody's not living the same like under the same circumstances.
Exactly.
So this year with friends, res staff, like I'm an RA. This is my first year being an RA, and me and Cam lived on the same floor last year. But like being RAs together on this, like, and with Grant, I met Grant through that. It's like a different level. Like you just understand each other, like because you both are doing this job where you're helping other people facilitate their lives into Michigan. So that's like pretty cool because you see it in a different lens and how you were, you know, like you were the resident and now I'm the RA. So it's pretty cool to see both sides. And harping on like what you like were saying, like meeting people is so crucial for your own personal growth, whether it is just like being around. Not to be on my soft day here, but like just being around Cam's such a social person, and like for me, like I'm pretty, I like say I'm like kind of reserved when it comes to like social interaction like that. But just being around Cam, the amount of people that say hi to him, I'm like forced to talk to people. You know, like I'll have to be like, hi, my name's Ryan. You know what I'm saying? And he's like, oh, this is my boy Ryan. But like I thank him so much because it's like. For me, sometimes it's just like it was like a mindset. Like I didn't need to be. I can talk to people when I want to now, and just like engage conversation just by being around somebody who does that all the time. You know, so you kind of force, but in like a good way, a good way to do this. That never was uncomfortable. Oh, yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
There's crumbs on it.
I think that it's amazing and beautiful
Yeah.
how many different like groups of friends that you have access
Yes.
to make
That's
yourself
so true.
be a part of. Like I have like a small group friend where it's like I have like my Christian community, like people to like lean on in that in that way.
Sorry. I don't want to drop the pot.
And then I have like my stamps friends. So like there's people that you can go to. Like it's like you have different friends that fill different like needs in your life.
Yeah.
And like at Michigan you can find any of
So
those
nice.
people. Even like you didn't even know that you like would want to hang out with someone that's like a neuroscience type person or anything. Like you can find that out here. Like you can discover what kind of friends you want. Cause like even like I came from like a very like there was a lot of people that were like exactly the same from where I came from in Maine, and so there was not like a lot of diversity or anything, and it was really cool coming here and being like, oh my goodness, I can learn so much more and like have a larger range of like knowledge coming from all these people. But I just think it's crazy how many different like categories of friends you can have, and like how they can feed into you and inspire you, and like you can ask them questions, and it's just like a very open place to have friendships.
It's crazy like how it's just crazy the range you can have, like just meeting this person and that person, like and just having them in different areas. Like I got one friend that's doing graphic design and he's like working on like people's albums and stuff like that, and like song lists and stuff like that. That's crazy. But and then I got friends that's doing like astrological stuff, like outer space. So just crazy. It's like the range, the range. Yeah, literally.
She said it's out of this world.
Literally.
He's not gonna get away with that.
Right, that's where it's really funny.
Definitely learn like a lot about yourself too.
Yeah.
Around, you know, because there's so many different types of people. You realize, oh, I want to be more like this, or like this kind of community within this kind of community too. But we were talking about like how Cam was like your social person. Definitely like. I think Sophie helped me a lot.
Sure. Yeah.
Like she was the first person.
Sophie's
who...
your Cam.
Mom.
Yeah, you're my Sophie.
Yeah, so she was like the, you know when you write in the Facebook post like your
No, I
person-
DM'd her.
Yeah.
I sure
yeah,
did.
she DM'd me. The first person. I was like, oh my god.
Wait, really?
Yeah, she was
Oh,
like
wow.
the first person.
No, I literally saw her on the Facebook thing, and I just like I just saw her, and I was like, I'm going to be
Like you
friends with
missed
her.
2020.
Like, I literally knew it. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
We really do need the tissues.
We got flowers.
There you go.
Allergies.
Allergies.
Being willows.
Yeah.
So
Zing.
for the rest of the year, what are you guys looking forward to most? We'll say with this year, because it's only we still have a semester to go.
Can't wait till you leave,
Listen,
Grant.
You
that's
have
gonna be
semester
over.
Can't wait till you
Yeah,
graduate
that's
so you
not
can have
bad.
the sweets.
I don't know. Okay, so I think I really am excited about like finding more of myself while I'm in college and really getting to know like what I stand for, because like I know I stand for like social justice. I stand for storytelling. I stand for like human rights. But like I just want to continue to learn through the rest of the years I'm here. Like what do I stand for, and how I'm gonna go out into the world and really help people.
That's real.
Yeah.
Definitely, like I'm so excited to like jumpstart into going to my like my passion and being more involved in graphic design clubs or like advertising marketing clubs. So yeah, getting more involved, I guess. I'm really excited.
Yeah. I think you spend 3.5 going on 4 years here, going to class, taking exams, writing papers, joining clubs, making friends,
Stress.
building your resume, building your experiences, building your network and everything, and trying to figure yourself out and like what you're passionate about and what you want to do, which is like the most daunting task ever, especially because your whole entire life, we've been in school our whole lives, and everyone's always been asking, what do you want to do? What do you want to do? And then now it's like, well, I gotta figure it out.
Yeah, now I gotta figure it out.
Which is super
You're not
exciting.
going to
for
school anymore,
Like
yeah.
now it's like it's time, so I'm excited for that.
That's crazy.
I mean, it's funny, like, with connections like that. Like I said earlier, like, Sophie and I didn't know that this, like, happened, but, like, we were on the same tour, like, of Michigan, like, our junior year of high school. Like, we didn't talk to each other or anything, but, like, we were in the same tour, and then we both had gotten into the pre-college program at Stamps. And
I was like, how is
it's
it
just,
you?
like, so weird how, like, you kind of,
It
like,
is
can
you.
keep seeing people and, like, keep making those connections, because then, like, from the pre-college thing, like, Sophie and I both, like, applied, and then, like, we both got in, we were like, oh my gosh, like, this is so cool, and then, like, you go on, like, an accepted students day, and then you're in the same tour group again, and you're just like, what the heck, this is so crazy, and then you come to school, you go into your drawing observation class, and she's sitting right next to you, and you're like, oh my gosh, like, what is
It's
this?
crazy how Michigan's so big but can be so small. At the
That's
same
so
time.
true.
I've-
Oh my
so-
goodness.
Like there are people I'll
That's
meet.
everywhere,
There
really.
are people I'll
That's
meet
everywhere.
like once, like on a random weekend, and then I see them every single time I'm walking to class.
Exactly.
You're like,
Yes.
what? Like,
Oh
yeah.
my gosh, that's because everyone's like, you're just gonna be a number when you get to Michigan.
Mhm.
I'm like, that is not true. Like,
Oh,
literally,
yeah.
like, it's crazy how you can like just be walking
Half a
around
million
like to
people
class.
go here and
be like,
it's
hey,
like-
hey, hey, hey.
Yep.
It's like crazy.
That's crazy.
It's like awesome.
What do y'all's Thanksgivings look like? So like, I love Thanksgiving. But my Thanksgiving's always really small. It's just this year it's just me and my parents actually. Usually it's me, my parents, and my sister, but she's staying in New York for this holiday. But it's always just have the fire going in the fireplace, Lions game on. Always we watch like the Macy's parade.
Got
in
them annoying
Detroit.
cousins bothering you.
Yeah,
Can I get on
yeah.
your phone? No, get me alone.
Exactly. But it's always great because it's like it's a break from school for one.
Right.
That's what-
It's like it's literally just
Chance to
like,
reflect, chance to
exactly.
just get your mind right.
It's
yeah.
family, food,
Get
and
fat.
football for me. Exactly.
Mhm.
It's so nice. Yeah.
I really appreciate the family thing because like you don't really have nothing without family.
Yes.
Mhm.
Oh my
So
gosh.
at the end of the day, there's only one.
End of the
Yeah.
day.
That's
Bingo.
so true.
No matter who it is, it's family.
Right.
My family is like crazy.
That
like,
too.
like I have like it's kind of small, but we have our whole family, which is like my dad's and mom's best friends. We just call them like our cousins.
Yeah.
But like my family's like very like musical and loud and creative and stuff. And like usually we have like this big long table in our house, and like we have like everybody eat and stuff. And people are like screaming and like making like it's chaotic and it's
Yeah.
the most amazing
Beautiful.
thing.
Yeah.
It's
Beautiful.
Like
awesome.
chaos
The big
for the
kids
most,
table,
you know what I'm saying?
yeah.
The most bliss.
Yeah, we actually have like a tradition every year where like after we eat food, like we have like a jam session. So like my older brother, he's crazy. He's like a producer, and he like lives in Baltimore, and he like has a studios.
I got people. I got people.
No, he's crazy. He can play like every instrument. And my little brother plays like he plays like the trumpet and like piano and drums. So like we literally all just like gather, and like all these like other family friends are here, and like they're singing, and like we usually do like Christmas music sometimes. But like my dad, he used to like actually be a pianist, so he's like crazy. Like you could play him a song he'd never heard before, and he can like sit down and play it.
Like just play the first
Like,
keys
I'm
like 2
so
Chainz. I'm
jealous.
different.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's literally like,
Right.
I'm like, why did you give me those G's? What the heck?
Goat.
Yeah, it's
That's
fun.
crazy.
I got a big family. We're spread around the country. Each year though, my family pretty much we host most of the time. And being out of state is hard because like I'm missing my little brother. Like this year was his first year of high school, so like he's a freshman, and like I can't be there to like talk to him about girls and like class and like everything like that, and sports and stuff that he's getting involved in. So that's been tough. but I think it adds so much more value to the times where I do get to go back
Get
home
to
for
see-
Thanksgiving, you know, holiday season, and the food. So like my mom's Cuban and my dad's black, and so like we got the soul food from the black
We got
side.
Jamaican
we got
food
like,
at
the
ours,
Cuban
yeah.
food. Like, oh my god! And
We got that
my
jerk chicken.
Thanksgiving that layout is ridiculous.
Crazy.
It is ridiculous, and just having everybody around.
You
know,
gonna have to eat
aunties and uncles.
You gonna send me a plate.
The aunties and uncles who aren't your aunties and uncles, you know, like the ones who just like are your parents' best
Yeah.
friends, who you call auntie and uncle.
Yeah,
when they're
yeah,
not.
yeah.
Right.
And
yeah.
so everyone's at the house, you know, music blazing. After we eat, take a nap, eat again. You know how that goes.
Itis kick in.
Itis, right.
About
And then
3
you
plates.
decorate for Christmas, and it's just
Yeah.
it's just tradition, man. And it's a beautiful thing to get everyone together and give everyone just there's so much love around, especially during the holiday season. It's
It's too much going on.
the
Like,
most wonderful time of the year, man.
It is.
it's cool when you can just get away from like everything going on in the world and just enjoy that time with your family. Yeah. Yeah.
I have a younger sister, but she's only a year younger than me. And then the next person that's closest to my age is out of college. Like, I'm pretty sure she's like 24, 25.
Mhm.
So it's like there's a huge age gap between like my sister and like the rest of our cousins. So we've always been the babies, and I think it's really cool. Like, as we've grown up, like, they would be in high school, and then they would be in college, and then like my sister and I would always be like little babies, like watching them kind of grow up. And like I feel like they never could see my sister and I as like these older kids, and now like I'm in college, and like I'm the next one to like graduate college, and they're all like, oh my gosh, like you were a baby, but now like you're old, and maybe like
you were this.
yeah, they're like,
I remember when you were this small. I don't remember you.
Yeah, most of my family's back home in India. Well, like I call home here because I was born in India, but I came here when I was 6 months old. So I'd say I live like my home's here. But like I do have like the way we've done Thanksgiving, you know, because like, we don't really know about the tradition, especially coming here. But like over time, it's just evolved into like family friends, like and all coming over. And a lot of my best friends growing up always called my mom like mom because she's just like super like when it comes to my friends, she probably treats them better than she treats me a lot of times in the nicest way possible. She's just so hospitable to all of them, and they all call her mom. I would not be surprised if I came home one day and they were eating dinner. And like they're hanging out with my brother, and I wouldn't, because that's just how it is. Yeah, it would just be like, oh, okay, you know, because like my mom, that's just how it is. So like over Thanksgiving time, you get to see like everybody in one place, and it's always so awesome. And my mom's like one of those moms who likes to, like, if one of my friends is coming over, she's always like doing the most extra things. You know, I'm like, Mom, you don't need to do all this.
Right.
And after a point in time, you just gotta just let it go and let it happen. My friends love it. They're like, dude, no, it's fine. And I'm like, Mom, you don't need to do all this stuff. You don't do it for me. Come on now.
We're like, no, yes I do.
Yeah.
Yes I do.
But yeah, so it's just nice having everybody around, and it is just like, and talking about reflecting on yourself, I've like, especially this year, made me think about like how much I've grown as a person, like just taking time to reflect about the people around you and how much the people have impacted you, as long as how much you've impacted other people. Yeah. So like that's a big thing as well, just seeing how much I've grown regardless of whatever's happened, and just being around people without having to worry about school is the best part. So
That love.
I grew up in Japan, Tokyo, from 1st to 7th grade. So they're like, we didn't really have Thanksgiving, or it's not really like a cultural thing, I guess, or like a holiday. You know, everyone would be talking about like Thanksgiving dinner. I'm like, oh my gosh, turkey. Yeah, so it was just my mom and my older sister. So like we're gonna go to Chicago next week.
Oh, nice.
I'm from like the suburb of Chicago, but I'm really looking forward to also like my friends are doing like a Friendsgiving. So like I'm meeting like 25 of them. We're all like getting together, and I'm so excited.
25?
It's a big group
Immediate
chat.
family?
Big group
No,
chat.
no,
Big
no,
group
no.
chat.
We said friends.
Okay.
Oh, friends. Yeah.
It's like
yeah.
I do a campsgiving with all my camp friends, and every year like we get together, and they're from like all over the country, but we all try and like go to one central part so we can see each other. It's really cute.
Well, everyone, thanks so much for coming. Thankful for all of you. Thankful
man.
for all of our friends. And happy Thanksgiving.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Yeah, baby.
I got a swig left. I got a little drip, but you know what I mean?
You have to look people in the eyes. They're
I think
like,